All right, we are here with another championship transformation. This client has completed our 6 week challenge, has gotten great results, not just numbers, but also non scale victories, which we're going to get an opportunity to talk about. And I'll let her introduce herself. What is your name?
Tanya Daniel.
Tanya. And Tanya, how old are you?
I'm 26, turning 27 in just a couple days.
Ooh, happy early birthday. It's
Thank you.
a great time. Summer's coming around the corner, so it's nice and warm. It's a great time to have a birthday.
Exactly.
What do you do for work, Tanya?
So I am a coordinator at a talent agency. So I help to book shows and make sure that those follow through with payments and that kind of thing.
Very cool job. Mostly seated, I guess.
Yes, definitely.
Hence why you found us to
Yes.
discuss. Okay. So, share with me a little bit, Tanya. What was your life like before you started with Fight Fit and before you even did the 6 week challenge?
Very hectic. It was very much career focused, not as much personal time as I would have liked. So, it really was like wake up, go to work, come home, eat dinner, and then crash for the night so that I could work the next day kind of thing. Very
So,
repetitive.
how long did that last?
Uh, I've been at that job for 2 years and it has not changed.
So 2 years you've been struggling with, well, basically career focus, which is important. You need to be obviously focusing on your career, but there's always that moment that's like kind of clicks and says, I got to finally do something about my health and fitness. Was there
Yes.
something like that? Was there a moment for you that said, I have to do something?
Yeah, it I don't know if it was like any specific moments, but like uh I've, out of COVID, I was probably at my like greatness like fitness level. I was feeling good and then like once like things were starting to pick back up again, I was like, okay, like I have this part down pat. Now let's focus on a career and like try to find my way in this post-COVID world. But then like it was like an overcorrection in the wrong direction, in my opinion. There was no more balance anymore. And so I went from like pretty consistently like working out like 4 to 5 times a week, like different kind of routines, to like almost axing that completely for 2 years. And it's just like, no, I made the wrong decision.
Okay. So you were good, work started, but you tipped the scale to the other end. Kind of talk to me a little bit more about like how you're feeling, how you're maybe numbers weight wise, or how you were even feeling. It doesn't have to be
Yeah,
just scale.
numbers were not great. I ended up getting like 50 pounds over the 2 years, which is already a lot. But a bunch of it was like I know could have been mitigated by like I was not forced to eat out, but I had to eat out more because of like my job. Um, I wasn't cooking as many home cooked meals as I wanted to. Like the stress of the workload too definitely like affected things, and just like that whole like work life balance just was not there. And like I I felt like all of my accomplishments in the past 2 years were just related to like a corporate like agenda rather than myself, and it just like didn't feel as satisfying as I thought it would be in the long run.
Sure. Because it sounded like you had to sacrifice your health for something else, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So you gained 50 pounds over the last 2 years. How did it
yeah.
affect you emotionally?
Oh, it was yeah, not great on the mental side. And just like also physically, like things that I found easy were harder, like simple things like carrying groceries home, like walking upstairs. I'm just like, I noticed like something has changed over the years. So I'm like, we need to bring back a routine.
Yes. Okay. So actually, I should have mentioned there's two types of people. There's one that has an event, something that happens to them where they have to make a change. And there's the other type of person that it's something that gnaws at them day in and day out. And
Yeah.
that sounds kind of like where you were at. Like every day things were just a little bit harder, a little bit tougher, walking up the stairs, getting out of breath, carrying groceries, like you were mentioning.
Yeah.
Um, and then you got to the point where you found us. So
Yep.
let's talk a little bit about results in the last 6 weeks. let's start with measurements because it's not the most important, but it is important. What kind of results did you get in the 6 weeks working with us?
Um, I'm not sure if my numbers really changed that much, but
Mhm.
it was definitely more of like a feeling like it was nice to have like some time to myself. Like I was telling Mark that it was nice to have like I come home from work and I can go straight to the gym and like know like this is like my time. Like I don't have to think about emails or whatever anymore. Like everything's already laid out for me. I just show up, I get something done that's like for me, and then I can like move on with my day kind of thing. It was nice to take off like a mental load there and just be in the moment.
So although it wasn't so much in weight load, it took off my mental load, which is
Yeah.
probably just as important. So a lot of stress relief and that sort of thing. What other non-skill benefits did you get in the last 6 weeks?
Adding some like routine back, like I definitely found myself like when I came home, it was like eat and then almost maybe like an hour to myself and then just crash for the day. Like it was very much just you only have so many hours in a day, and maybe 90% of it was just work and then the maintenance of keeping that up rather than like having time to myself.
Good, good. So the stress relief, going in there, not having to think about stuff, and also actually creating a routine for in time for yourself, which is awesome. Cool. Um, the workouts, we obviously do kickboxing, we did fit classes. Which one are your favorites, and what is like something you learned from it?
I love the fit classes. I know that's like a controversial opinion, but I like the fit classes over the kickboxing classes. I know it's because with kickboxing, it's like new to me. It was my first time trying it. So I had to think about it a lot more. So like even simple like three number combos were like a lot to think about with my like just no muscle memory there. While like the fit classes, it was kind of take like nostalgic in a way to what I was kind of doing like 2 years ago, but like elevating it more and just like seeing like new kinds of workouts that I didn't try before and like seeing how far I could push myself, which was really cool.
Love it, love it. We also got a nutrition plan with it as well. What did you learn from the nutrition side of things with the channel?
Proportions. I was definitely not eating like I was eating enough protein, which was good, but I was eating too many of like the carbs proportion, and it was nice to see like other like ways to incorporate veggies into my diet. Um, and like little things of like trying to put your carbs closer to the morning like and rather than at night was like a change for me too. I definitely lean towards like salads and that kind of thing at lunches, but then dinners were like more carb heavy with like rice was my go-to and that kind of thing. So switching those was an interesting experiment for my end.
Love it. So learn how to proportion, make your plate perfect, uh,
Mhm.
which is an important skill. And like we work with clients that sometimes they want to get really nuanced and work through macronutrients, or others just like, hey, how do I make a plate look good, and what is healthy for me, and what proportions do I need to support my fitness and health, which is awesome. Tanya, I asked this question. This is the last one. It's a two-part question. First, when you sat in the room with one of our coaches, A, were you skeptical about the program? And B, what would you say to someone now that you've done the challenge? What would you say to someone that was in your position and is skeptical about starting this program?
I would say what's like what can you lose? You're at like in the moment you're thinking like does this even really work? But like what's the worst that's gonna happen if you don't try something? Because I mean at least in my experience it was like the worst that's gonna happen is that I just keep digging myself into a hole and I don't want that to happen. So if I give something new a try, like I at least I'm changing up my routine, finding something new, learn from it, kind of thing. And at the end of the day, when I did go through with it, I like saw what I can become if I continue putting in the effort. And so it, it's another part of it though is that it's not all like 100% like black and white. Like you put the effort in, life isn't perfect. If you could even get 80% of the way there, you're gonna make strides kind of thing.
And great advice. I think the biggest takeaway from this is what do you got to lose?
Mhm.
Realistically, if you're kind of in a place where you're stuck in a routine like you were, people need that change. People need that switch to finally make some changes in their life and achieve their fitness and health goal. And Tanya, congratulations on your transformation. I'm so happy you're part of the Fight Fam.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Continuing on your fitness journey, and I always say the greatest, aside from numbers, aside from everything, the transformation that everybody has is that you've transformed from someone that was 100% career focused, but now somebody that's making fitness and health a priority in your life. So
Mhm.
congratulate you on that transformation.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Tanya, for doing this interview.
Thank you.